OSHA requires the use of personal protective equipment, commonly called PPE, as the last line of defense to reduce employee exposure to hazards when engineering and administrative controls are not feasible or effective in reducing exposures to acceptable levels. Employers must determine if and when PPE should be used to protect their workers. If PPE is to be used, employers must implement a PPE program. The program should address the hazards present, the selection, maintenance, and use of PPE, the training of employees, and monitoring of the program to ensure its ongoing effectiveness. Today, we will look at a few of the common types of PPE and when they should be utilized. OSHA requires head protection, such as a hard hat if the following hazardous conditions are present. Objects might fall from above and strike employees on their head. There is possibility of employees to bump their heads against fixed objects, such as exposed pipes or beams, and there is a possibility of accidental head contact with electrical hazards. Type 1 hard hats offer protection to the top of the head and are commonly used in the United States. There are 3 classes of these hard hats. Class G hard hats protect the user from falling objects and electric shock up to 2200 volts. Class E hard hats meet the same requirements as Class G, but they are rated for shock protection up to 20,000 volts. Class C hard hats are designed to protect you from falling objects, but they are not rated for electrical shock protection. Workers must wear only ANSI-approved safety glasses, face shields, or goggles. Whether you are welding, cutting, and nailing, or working with concrete and/or harmful chemicals and flying particles, you must wear some form of eye protection. Look for Z87 stamped on the frames. Watch our eye safety video toolbox talk for more information on eye protection requirements. Construction workers must wear shoes or boots with slip and puncture-resistant soles to prevent slipping and puncture wounds. Safety-toed shoes are recommended to prevent crushed toes when working with heavy rolling equipment or falling objects. There are many options in the market, but you should choose a pair that will protect your feet from the hazards you may face. Fit is very important. Making sure your new shoes fit well is a key to preventing future discomfort. Take the time to ensure you are selecting the proper size. Lastly, comfort is a must. Check for the appropriate space in the toe box, no pinching or cramping at the ball of the foot or toe area, and adequate support in the arch and heel. Some things to look for when it comes to gloves are: make sure that your gloves fit snugly. You want them to be comfortable to use. Inspect gloves often for cuts, tears, and discoloration that might indicate excessive wear. And workers should always wear the right gloves for the task being performed. For example, heavy-duty rubber gloves for concrete work, welding gloves for welding, insulated gloves and sleeves when exposed to electrical hazards, or chemical-resistant gloves when working with hazardous chemicals. Falls account for 1/3 of the fatalities in construction. Don't be a statistic. Use a personal fall arrest system, or PFAS, for fall protection when there are no guardrails or other fall protection devices present. A PFAS includes an anchorage, a full body harness, and a connector such as a lanyard or lifeline. Please watch our recent video toolbox talk on residential fall protection for a more detailed description on what types of fall protection to use for specific jobs. Clothing to protect the body should consist at least of long work pants and a minimum 4-inch sleeve shirt. When hazardous liquids, gases, vapors, or debris are present, the level of protection needed will increase. This may include garments of Tyvek, Nomex, or PVC. High visibility vests are important for clearly identifying who is construction personnel on site. It is much easier to see workers wearing high visibility clothing throughout the duration of a project and all the potential dangers and risks that may present themselves if you are not wearing it. Many areas around the worksite have high noise levels, and each of us needs to take the proper steps to preventing injury to our hearing. Wherever it is not feasible to reduce the noise levels or duration of exposures, ear protective devices shall be provided and used. The employer is responsible for requiring the wearing of hearing protection in all operations where there is exposure to high noise levels. As an employee, obey warning signs that tell you hearing protection is required. Use common sense. If the noise is loud, use protection. Wear earmuffs or earplugs depending on the levels. They can make a difference. Once lost, hearing will not return. Respiratory protection is very important for many operations. Select the correct respirator based on the hazards you will face. Inspect the respirator for missing or worn parts. Employees must be medically cleared, trained, and fit tested prior to respirator use. Prior to entering a contaminated atmosphere, you must perform a test to guarantee that you have the proper seal between your face and the facepiece of the respirator. A fit check provides proof that an adequate seal exists. Do not share respirators and only use the respirator you have been fitted to wear. We hope you have enjoyed learning more about the different types of PPE and when to use them. We thank you for taking the time to watch this video and hope you'll join us again for future Video Toolbox Talks. As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Please let us know if you have any questions or comments. Thank you very much and have a safe day.